Hey there, welcome back to the Be That Mom Movement podcast. Today we are going to talk about a gaming system, platform, whatever you want to call it, that a lot of kids are using, and I'm seeing parents ask, what should I be looking for and what should I do? So we're going to address that so we can face it head on as that mom. All right, so stay tuned.
Welcome to your source for tips, tools, and support to help you be that mom that is tuned in and proactive for yourself, your family, and for the wild ride of raising kids in this digital age. Inspired by a mother's love with a relatable, real-life, proud to be that mom flair. This is the Be That Mom Movement with your host, Dolly Denson.
Alrighty, so welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to talk about a gaming platform that I think you need to know about if you have children, especially younger children. But before I do that, I want to just give a shout out to all of you that are listening and have continued to be valuable subscribers and fans of this podcast, because this past week, the podcast ranked 131 in the US in the parenting category. Like, holy cow. There are a lot of heavy hitters in the parenting category, and so I never imagined that I'd even be able to come up on the ranks in the US, but I actually did. I've ranked once in Canada. I can't remember what I was ranked at. I think it was like 82 or something like that. But I have not ranked to date in the US until this past week. So I was really excited to see that. Thank you so much for tuning in. My goal with this podcast is always to be a relatable mom to you that is living a real life and navigating all this and just wanting to navigate it with you. So my ambitions have never been to be the number one podcast or anything like that, but it certainly is my mission to get this into the ears of more parents, the ears of more moms, and to help support you on this path, because it's not an easy path. So the more that you can share this, that you can write me reviews and subscribe and all those things, the more we can get this out into the world. And I tell you, the more moms that we have join in this mission of being that mom that's proactive for herself and her kids, this will not necessarily get easier, but it won't be as hard if we can raise the awareness around all of these things and help other families to see that putting a smartphone in the hands of our kids and giving them access to anything and everything is a dangerous thing. If we can get everybody kind of on the same page, or a majority of people on the same page, and our kids won't be coming home and saying, well, I'm the only kid that has whatever restrictions you lay down or things that you don't allow them to access. So we really do need to get this mission out to more people. So it fills my heart with joy when I see the rank going up for the podcast. So I hope you will continue to listen, to share, subscribe, write me a review, share on your social media channels, share with your girlfriends, everything else, so that we can get this out into the hands of more people. So now let's get to the topic at hand for today. I want to talk about a gaming system, platform, whatever you want to call it, called Roblox. Have you heard it, and are your kids on it? My kids are a little bit older, so they have not been on it, but they certainly know what it is. So I just want to address a little bit around what I have found with it. So if you do have young kids that are asking for this or that are on it, you will know what things you need to look for and how to navigate it better. Okay. So first off, if you're not familiar with it, you can get a free account for Roblox. You go to roblox.com and create an account, log in, and the world is there for you, the Roblox world. So this is basically a place where Roblox puts out their own games that are co-developed games with Roblox, but someone else who creates games, anyone else who creates games, can publish their games on this platform. Sounds like a great opportunity, right? If you're someone that likes to create games. The problem is there's people out there that like to create games that don't have the best of intentions, and the kind of horror stories that I've heard from other parents is that they didn't set the parent controls on there to private, and all the little innuendos of it, and so they actually found instances where their child was approached by another character who tried to do sexual acts to them, or they were invited to a private room to chat, and in that private room it was like a sex room, or even just playing a regular game, having a chat going in the game that is all sexual innuendos. So Roblox, whenever they hear of, or whatever they do to detect these sorts of activities, will take the game down or block the certain things. But what a lot of these people do is they will make their words like somehow not the actual word. So they'll put extra letters in there, or something to make it to where whatever is used in the system to detect these things does not detect it. So they will be talking to this child and asking them different questions, and they just put a couple extra letters in there so that it is not detected by the system. So how do we approach this in a way that keeps it safe for our kids? It is not something that's kind of like a hopeless situation, completely get them off of them. If you want to navigate it with some of the controls that are in place. And there are some things that you can do to where they cannot, or they will not be exposed to these things. So first off, when you go in and you make the account, it's a free account. You can make it. I made myself one, and I've gone all through trying to, see what the little innuendos of it are. But when you make the account, you can go to the little gear icon in the upper right and set the controls. So you have my settings, and then you have account information. You have security options where you can put that a PIN is required in order to make any changes. You can put restrictions so that the child can only use Roblox curated content on the platform and not just pick some random game that someone has published. And then you can also set it up for privacy, where you can say no one can message them or only friends can message them. And same thing for chats and people inviting them to a private server. You can put down that you want everyone to be able to invite them, or just their friends, users, followers, or friends only, or no one. So there are all these settings in here that you can go through. So what I recommend you do is when you set this up for your child, that you actually go in and do this for them and set it up to where they have the PIN set up so that they cannot change the settings. And then they also have in here where you can purchase Robux, Robux, and that's money in the Roblox world. So you can set it up to where they can purchase things or they can't. So I've had horror stories with the whole purchasing in a game type thing when they didn't realize that it was actually real money that they were using of mine. Not on this game, but on some other games that my kids were on when they were younger, and we didn't realize what was going on until the damage had been done and we had a huge bill to pay. But besides that, it also has 13 plus settings and under 13 settings, but you absolutely do have control over these things and can set it to private to where no one can contact them. They can't play any games other than the Roblox curated ones and all of that. Of course, with any platform, there's probably a workaround that someone is going to do, but I just recommend that you go through and really be curious about what is involved with anything that you give your kid. Make your own account, walk through it, do the what ifs, if you set it to where everyone can contact you and you can access any game, be the devil's advocate for it and really kind of explore yourself with your own account. But then, set up your kid's account with these controls in mind, security, privacy, all of that, so that, they're not exposed to things that you don't want them to be exposed to. So all in all, Roblox does look like it is a great platform for kiddos to play on. I would just be proactive about these things. Now, as I have mentioned in other episodes, Bark is a great option for you to add on to your kids' devices and everything they're accessing. Roblox is something that they can get as an app on their smartphones or use it on the computer or a tablet or consoles such as the Xbox or, the other things like that. So it is something that can be monitored by Bark. I highly recommend that you go to bark.us, sign up for the 7-day free trial, check it out, go through all of it, putting it on your kid's device, talk to their help people if you need help getting it set up. It absolutely is the most comprehensive of any of the things I've found out there. Of course, all of them are going to have limitations. If you have an Android versus an Apple phone, that makes a difference. Apple is still something that you can monitor, but with Android, it's more pervasive that it can get in and monitor conversations and things within certain apps. But I still would use it for Apple. There is nothing else out there that will monitor to a greater degree than Bark. The limits with iPhones and Apple devices is Apple, not any other type of monitoring device. If they would just let these monitoring systems get in and do the things they need to do to protect our children, Bark would absolutely be your best option. So Apple or no Apple, I still recommend it. And then there is the Bark-O-Matic that Bark has, where you can put in what different platforms you are using or allowing your child to use, and it gives you step-by-step instructions on how to set it up. It actually does do that for Roblox. Everything that I just told you is also something that you can get in Bark-O-Matic and give you some peace of mind, as well as monitoring their activity and alerting you of conversations and activity, like things that they're searching for and all of those things, so that you can sleep better at night and not have to be worried that you are missing something or that they are being contacted by someone that you don't want them to have contact with. So go to bark.us and get signed up for that. And they do, I don't know if I mentioned it, but they do monitor tablets and other devices other than the smartphone, and they're getting ready to come out with Bark Home, which is basically going to be like a filter for your home Wi-Fi and the activity and devices that access it. So that is going to be huge, 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 and they are always improving on everything that they have. So please put your trust in them and help yourself to sleep better at night. And if you are wanting to backpedal on a decision of a smartphone or have a younger child coming up the pike, whatever, Gab Wireless is a great option. I know if you've listened to any of my other episodes, you've heard me talk about them, but go to gabwireless.com to learn more. Use code BeThatMom for a discount. They actually are going to have a watch coming out, as well as their Gab Wireless phone. So do the things to keep your kiddo safe, and I hope that this podcast was helpful for you. Jump into my free Be That Mom community on Facebook. We are growing, and I hope that it is a safe place for you to come and share what your struggles are with your kiddos and helping you to be that mom strong. And also, if you have your own personal needs of needing to find a self-care routine, fitness, nutrition, just having someone to do it with, I have a virtual fit club that includes tools for nutrition and fitness made by experts. You are welcome to check it out. Please get in touch with me and I'll give you more information, because when it came to my hardest days as a mother, that actually was the spark that brought on this Be That Mom movement. That was my safe place, my foundation, my place where no one could take that from me. It created strength in me physically, mentally, spiritually, everything. And I'm so thankful that I had it. I'm also so thankful that I have that in the midst of this pandemic and all of the things we are facing right now with COVID-19 and the worldly events. So please check that out. I cannot emphasize enough how very powerful that is in helping you to be that mom and to just live a long and healthy life. Okay. And you know, I'm a nurse practitioner, so I'm mega passionate about that because I see sick people and people who are suffering from disabilities and things every day of my nurse practitioner job. And so it is my goal to arm you with the resources that you need that will be flexible for worldly events in your season in life. And this will absolutely do that and help you move forward with everything that you do from here on out. Okay, so connect with me, check it out. I have amazing options this month. You don't want to miss it. Okay, all right, talk to you next time.
Thanks for tuning in. Being that mom isn't easy, but together we can be that mom strong. Don't forget to leave a review, connect on social, and join Dolly's free community. Till next time.